You are watching Prep Rally Live. He's Graham Thomas and I'm Rick Fires. Oh, wait a minute.
That ain't right.
Huh. Well, with our picks record here lately, that's kind of, who's really who. I'm Graham Thomas. He's Rick Fires. You're watching Prep Rally Live. And, man, Rick, we were just talking about it.
Here's what we love about football. For teams that don't make the playoffs, we're halfway through the season. Can you believe that? And going in week 6, basically.
It's kind of sad when you think about it because, as you pointed out, we wait all year to get to high school football season, and it goes by quick.
Months, and everything. Football is my favorite sport, and I just thought about that driving in this morning. I said, let's see, we in week 3, we in week 2, 3. We're halfway through the year for teams who don't make the playoffs, but still got a long way to go for teams who do make the playoffs. But man, it's zipping right along, and it's fun. We're seeing a lot. Hey, if you're out there, if you're a football fan, man, you need to get out there and see some of these exciting games that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Score offense all over the place, game-winning field goals, just tremendous. So let's go with our picks today. Who we doing?
Well, the good news is after the first 5 weeks, and both of us going 7-8. Oh, we both went 3-0 last week.
Woo! Wow, party! All right.
Now, by some weird chance, we both picked the same game, the same winners. So
now, in our own defense, when we were underwater, said. We don't pick like Alabama against Alcorn State. We picked the pretty close games that right there, the point spread 2 points.
And I've got no idea what he's going to pick either. So
okay, let's go.
So there's a lot of good games this week. I wanted to hit on a few different conferences this week. So we're going to start with a 3A1 clash down in Charleston.
Love that conference.
Mansfield Tigers.
Yes.
Against the Charleston Tigers. Battle of the Tigers. Cat fight. So, Rick, Mansfield's going to come into this 5-0. 2-0 in the 3A1. Charleston, lowly Charleston, defending state champs, 2-3, but 2-0 in conference play. And I'll tell you what, Rick, there's a part of me that really believes you just don't walk into Charleston and win a football game.
Alumni field.
Mansfield's 5-0, 2-0. Charleston don't care.
They don't care.
Now,
this is the thing right here. I got it right down here in my notes. Like you said, Charleston is defending 3A champs and have won 2 straight to open 3A1 conference play. But they played a brutal non-conference schedule. You know what? The great teams don't care about. They want to get prepared for conference and postseason. So them 3 games, them brutal games that Charles had, that doesn't mean jack squat right now. But they're 2-0. You go by your conference record to get in the playoffs. Mansfield, you got to give them credit, 5-0. Any team, I don't care if you're in Pony League or Little League or NFL, if you're 5-0, you're doing something good. But man, Charleston, they got a young team. They're gaining that experience. They're gaining confidence. And now Mansfield, that's a little rivalry. They're just down the road from each other. I've been down there. And so, who you got? Let's go. Who you got?
All right. I'm taking Mansfield.
You're taking Mansfield? Well, that made it easy for me. I believe in you, Tigers. I believe Charleston. Now, Charleston owns this series, and they own the Mansfield Tigers again on Friday night.
Wow. All right.
All right, good start for me.
Yep, you're already 0-1. So
we'll see.
We're gonna go to northeast Benton County as the Alma Airedales.
Northeast. Okay. That way. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Alma Airedales are going to be bringing the show on the road to take on the Pea Ridge Blackhawks. And, we're talking about 2 teams that, if we had this matchup last week, we would have thought, man, Pea Ridge is going to be undefeated. Alma's going to roll. But no, Pea Ridge dropped a game to Dardanelle last week, but they're still 4-1 and 1-1 in the 5A West. Alma is 4-1. After a great performance against Farmington, and a record-setting performance by Jackson Daly. So you got the Airedales on one side, you got Pea Ridge on the other, and I still think it's got all the makings of a good football game. What do you think?
Oh, excellent game right here. I think 2 weeks ago I sat here and I was saying, man, Pea Ridge is a surprise team to me because they start off winning, and then they came down and they were down there in Dardanelle and they were looking for some worms or something, and then boom, they got bit bad by an old sand lizard from Dardanelle, and man, it broke off their beak or their leg or something. But now Pea Ridge coming back against Mansfield, against a Alma team. Jackson Daly, 320 yards rushing? Big time, setting school records all over the place. A really good quarterback. He can throw and he can run. Now that's kind of changed a little bit. So, wow.
All right, so I'm going to let you go first this time.
Okay. I think Pea Ridge come home, redeem themselves, and I got Pea Ridge winning over in a very improved Alma team. What you got?
You know, ironically, I am going to agree with you.
Wow.
For whatever reason, Bray Cook, I believe that he's done a really good job at Pea Ridge, and I don't think one tough week is going to derail the Blackhawks. They're going to be at home. The Black Hawk Burger is the best concession stands burger in the state. So it's going to be a great Friday night in Pea Ridge. Alma's going to be a really good team, but Pea Ridge is going to get back on the bandwagon.
I've seen Pea Ridge defense, and I know Jackson Daly, not take anything away from him, but he might be some tough defenders up there.
All right.
So we're on the same page.
We
right?
are both going Pea Ridge.
All right. Pea Ridge Blackhawks.
All right. And then we're going to, the last game of the week we're going to pick is the old Battle of Springdale. I mean, they could, just what an exciting matchup with Springdale and Springdale Harbor. Going to be at Wildcat Stadium on the west side of Springdale this year. The Red Dogs are going to come in at 2-3 overall, 1-1 in the 7A West, and Harbor is 1-4. 1-1 in the 7A West. Both of them have beaten Rogers Heritage, and you're gonna have a contrasting styles of offense. On the one side with Springdale High, you've got the flex bone offense. They're gonna keep the ball on the ground. They're gonna try and rip through that Harbor defense on the ground.
Hey, they can make a 4th and 1 too, unlike our friends the Porkers.
And then Harbor, man, they're gonna be like. And they're going to hand the ball off to Titus Kramer. And so, what Springdale's going to try and do is they're going to try and keep the ball away from Harbor. I mean, when you play a team like that, it's all about possession. So Harbor's going to have to really maximize the possessions they do get, because Springdale's going to keep the ball on the ground, or they're going to try to anyway. So, Battle of Springdale. And we're going to let Rick pick last this time. But, man, having seen Springdale Harbor, they can score a lot of points. So I'm going to take the Harbor Wildcats by 7 over the Bulldogs.
So they win one game. Springdale Harbor wins one game, their first game for Brent Eckley, and you're jumping on the bandwagon, right?
I'm all on it. They can really move the football.
You know what? This is an important game I've been covering Springdale High a long time, even before Harbor come, but Harbor dominated this, and this is important. Yeah, they don't have great records. I can't add that up. What is that? 4-4 combined records, whatever that is. That's important, these kids.
4-4? What kind of math are you doing?
2 went, that's 3, and 3, they're 3-7 combined. I can't. Wait. I don't have a calculator. I can't.
Get this man a calculator.
All right. Somebody get me a calculator. But anyway, they're underwater as far as their record. But man, this is really important to these kids in this series right here. Harbor has dominated, but Harbor's coming. They're home. They're coming off a big win. I like Brett Hobbs. try to get the best foot forward for this team. They had to go to the run game. They've been fairly successful at it, but I don't think they're going to be successful enough over at Harbor. I'm with you. I'm going Springdale Harbor 2 at home on Friday.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. We're, both of us are planning on going 3-0, but only one of them is going to be able to do that. It's hard picking these games.
Yeah, like I said, man, we don't do the lopsided games. These are, just within a few points of each other. So, but, whether we go 0-3, 3-0, this is fun. We enjoy doing it, making the picks, and you make your own picks.
All right. Well, folks, that is going to wrap us up for Prep Rally Live this week. I'm Graham Thomas, I think. He's Rick Fires, and we'll see you next time.